Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Helen and I'm going to take you through a Surya Namaskara Sun Salutation today. Before we start, to continue your journey on how yoga can make you feel amazing, you can join me on my weekly yoga sessions. So make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, moving on to Surya Namaskara or Sun Salutation. The Sun Salutation I'm going to take you through today is a classic Surya Namaskara. There's classically 12 asanas or postures within the Sun Salutation, the sequence. The classic is an easier version. There are different variations which can be quite challenging. The main benefits of Surya Namaskara are increased flexibility for the spine. It's really amazing what it can do to help to increase the flexibility of the spine. And also, if you spend a lot of time hunched over a laptop or you're driving, it can help you to straighten up. It's really good for your posture and alignment. It gets the heart pumping, gets the oxygen flowing around the body. And often people say to me after practicing Surya Namaskara, oh, I feel quite energized, I feel quite awake, I feel really sluggish. And yes, it can make you feel really energized. It wakes you up. So it has some really, really great benefits. Over all the years that I've been teaching Surya Namaskara, there's some techniques that people have come back to me and said that it's really good. I'm glad you taught me them because that helps me as I go through my Sun Salutation. So I'd like to share these with you today. The first sequence of Surya Namaskara, so the first couple of asanas in Surya Namaskara, is Tadasana. And Tadasana is mountain pose. So let me show you mountain pose. Okay, so I'll show you these few asanas and then I'll take you through the entirety of Surya Namaskara. So Tadasana is really important that you take some time to go through this at the beginning. So you come down to the soles of your feet. You take the weight evenly. You spread your toes out. You don't really want to be all on the tips of the toes. You don't want to be on the back heels. You need to take the weight evenly through the soles of the feet. So spread those toes out. Work into the little toes as well. The big toes are the dominant toes. So they'll spread out and stretch more easily than the smaller toes. But don't forget these smaller toes. These are important. So the outer skirts of the feet really become more active. And then the hinges of the knees wake up, and that also helps to stretch out your knees more. And as we move up here, we come to the calf muscles, and then to the top of the thighs here. Now, if we make the thighs more active, so if we pull the flesh up over the thighs here, we're actually pulling up the front of the pantalia, that's the kneecap here, the flesh over the kneecap, and we're engaging the knees. Okay, it's not sinking the kneecaps back like this, and this is really important. It's not sinking the kneecaps back. It's slowly pulling up the flesh over the knees to engage the top thigh muscles, and it's quite amazing then. Up here, the inner hip groins in here will lift, and then the outer hips here will grip. And this is really important as we move up. And we come round here to the navel centre now, okay, and round into the sacral area here, that's the lower back, round into the buttock, the gluteus area here, the glute area here. So by engaging those thighs, we're now supporting the back, the glutes are strong, the back is strong here. Then as we come here to the core abdominal muscles here, if you imagine you have a zip from the bottom of the pubic area here to the navel centre, and this imaginary zip, okay, like in a zip in your trousers. So as you zip up here, okay, you zip the tummy muscles up, okay, the pubic plate tilts back, and then your tummy is well supporting your back. Let me show you something. So use your hands here, one hand here, one hand here. It doesn't matter which way, just whatever feels natural to you. So you zip your tummy muscles up, you pull your tummy muscles up. Let me take my hand away again. So zip up, and then you get this downward action in the back base. And this supports your back. Now, this is really important through Surya Namaskara because there's quite a lot of back bends in Surya Namaskara and upward stretching. And you don't want to be doing back stretches like this, asanas like this, and you don't want to be doing them like this either. Okay? So keeping your back in proper alignment and supporting yourself properly is really, really important. And then if we come up here to the side intercostal muscles, lengthening, create space and openness, Sun Salutation, we're saluting the sun. We come up and we salute the sun. We don't want to salute the sun like this. So we need to lengthen here and create as much space and openness. In time, if you have less experience with yoga, then this is more restricted to start with, but in time you learn to open up and lift, and that's, again, is a really important part of the sequence of Surya Namaskara. And then the crown of the head, what we call Sahasrara here, crown of the head here, directed towards the ceiling. So you've got this nice alignment through the front anterior spine. It's a good point to note as well from here that the anterior spine, okay, is really important. It's important you pay attention to the anterior spine because the back spine mirrors the anterior spine. Claps here, the back spine will collapse. Okay, so let's have a few shoulder rolls. Let's open up a little bit more. I always like to open up when I practice Surya Namaskara. Watch the shoulders. Let the shoulders relax down. They often pop up like this. Okay. So going right the way down, I like to call them my roots. Okay, to the soles of my feet. They're the roots, your foundations. Okay, so lengthen, extend, open, and then all the way up, we're now aligned, and we can then embrace Surya Namaskara, knowing that we put our body physically in a good place to practice this. Okay, now the other asana to here is called Bunabhadrasana, and Bunabhadrasana is cobra. Now this cobra, in some, let me just explain to you actually before I start this, some of the Sun Salutations, they don't practice cobra, they have more of a stronger asana, and there's very many different asanas that can be practiced as a back bend. It's always a back bend at this point, but there's many different stronger back bends that can be practiced. But as a classic, cobra is the one that you will mainly see. Okay, so in cobra, you're down here. Okay, how we get into this, I'll go through it to say when I practice in its entirety in a moment. Okay, so the hands are under the shoulders, and what you don't want to do is to pull yourself up off the floor. Like that, because you're just pulling yourself and really unnerving the lower back, especially if you're tighter and stiffer around the lower back or around the hips. Okay, make sure the feet are together, the hands here, just underneath the shoulders here, and you peel out of the bowl of the pelvis. So peeling out of the bowl of the pelvis comes from here, from the top of the hips, not popping up from the top of the shoulder girdle here. These rotatory cuffs are here. Okay, so here, and you peel. Now, depending on your flexibility and your experience with your yoga practice, will determine how high you're going to get, okay, without jarring and just forcing yourself into the shape making. Okay, so maybe you just have to lift up very low, okay, like this, and stay low for now. Okay, maybe you can come up a little bit higher and you can keep that alignment. Can you see the shoulders are down? I'm not doing this, or this, or this. And this is where this alignment with the pelvic floor also comes in here, because the tailbone tucks down and it protects your back. You know, you're not like this and then up like this. There's a very big difference in this cobra. And this is a really important thing because, as my students have said to me over the years, I've practiced cobra, Bunabhadrasana, quite a number of years on its own, and also within the Surya Namaskara, the Sun Salutation. And it hurts my back, and yes, it does. It can do if you do it wrong. So tuck the tailbone in, align yourself properly. Okay? So that's a really useful thing. And not jar yourself. I'm not thinking about how high you can get. Stay lower down. Okay? So let's start off from here. Let's just go through this Uttanasana. This is another one, and this is one of my pet hates, actually, this. You know, you're coming up, again, I'll go through it more fully in a moment, but, you know, you come up here, and you're coming up from the first part of salutation, you're saluting the sun up here, and then, okay, you've got a bit of tightness here, and you bend down, and you're like this, trying to get down, and you pull your shoulders, and you tighten all your muscles, and everything really restricts. It's a brilliant stretch for your back, but not if you try and do that like this. So, you know, rather than that, think about your back and be kind to your legs as well. Your hamstrings are tighter maybe, and here. So you need to bend your knees and put your hands down, and there. Makes it much easier. Maybe you have to widen your feet slightly. It's much easier this way, okay, than trying to force yourself to come down with your legs straight, and it's really challenging, and you're sort of pulling yourself like this. Okay. In time, you know, a few weeks of practice, and these hamstrings get a bit looser, a bit easier, and you get more familiar with your practice. Okay, so the 12 postures of Surya Namaskara. Let's start, shall we? So we start in Tadasana, mountain pose, okay? The arms down by the side of the body. We're evenly taking the weight. We're thinking about our alignment. We're smiley knees, thighs engaged, engaging core muscles. We're going to rotate the whole of the arms out. We're going to extend. And we'll bring the palms together. So this is called Namaste Tadasana, prayer position, mountain pose. So we start from here. So we take a breath in and we stretch up through the center line of the body, separate the hands. Now, I would suggest if you have less experience that you just look up and gently stretch up. You can do more of a back bend, an Urdhva Tadasana, back bend here, from here, but you don't want to go like that because again, it's really not helping your back. So just look forward, but if you have more experience, you can lift up and you can just stretch back. Okay? And then as you exhale, remember what I said about bending those knees if you need to, rather than struggling to keep your legs straight. Let your head hang. With Surya Namaskara, Sun Salutation, you work on the left-hand side to start with. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg back here, like this. Now you can stay here for a moment if you're okay, but if it's a bit difficult for you, put the right knee down and settle. This is very important. The knee stays in a line with the outer ankle. We don't want here like this. Okay? It puts a lot of pressure onto the kneecap. Then we need to lift the chest and we need to open up, settle for a moment, let the shoulders relax down. Take a few breaths here. Okay. Just keep breathing gently. Okay. Now, the hands down, and then we're going to lift up the right knee. I'm going to step back with this left foot here. We're going to come into plank, what they call chaturanga. Okay, so high plank. So step back. Now you push the heels away. Don't do this. Okay, because sag, up bottoms, down bottoms. Okay, push the heels away. Have the shoulders over the wrists. And push those heels away. Engage the tummy muscles. Zip the tummy muscles up. Take a few breaths. Have the nape of the neck, so the back of the neck in line with the upper back. And then we're going to come down. So we're going to press the knees to the floor. Elbows into the side chest. We're coming into this cobra. Chest, chin. Shoulders down. Peel off the floor. Okay? And if you can take a breath in. I'll do this another time. Once we've gone through 2 rounds of this, I'll go through a little bit more emphasis on the breathing in a moment. But if you can, on the in-breath, slide the chest forward, feet flat, peel off of the floor, okay, or up here. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. If you're a little bit lower down, push yourself up and come up here like this. Engage your tummy muscles, don't come up like this. Okay? If you're a bit higher up, like this, curl the toes under, inhale, and then we come back into this Ardha Mukha Savasana, which is called down dog. Up, it's also called down V as well. Take a few breaths, let the head nod up and down. Let's not have any tension accumulating in that neck. Relax for a moment. Heels down, but don't force heels to hit the mat. Weight into the back heels without forcing. Right, now we're going to step forward. So maybe you can step forward. Maybe that isn't going to happen. So you step forward as far as you can reach to. Place the right knee down on the floor. Watch what you're doing. So the knee comes in line with the outer ankle here. Just align yourself for a moment. You can have a breather if you need to. You can stretch back for a moment. Just lift the chest again. Have a little bit of a breather here. Okay, or if you're okay with this, if you've lunged in, you can step in to Uttanasana. Go back again. Remember what I was saying about making sure that the back is comfortable and your hamstrings here are not growling at you. Okay, so bend the knees or the legs straight, shoulders down, that way, not up this way. Head hanging. Then take a breath in and stretch the arms forward and up, all the way up. And then as you exhale, bring the arms down by the side of the body to Tadasana and swing the arms up and into Namaste Tadasana. Okay. Now let's go to the other side. So let's do equally. 2 rounds is enough. You can do more, but 2 rounds is enough. So take a breath in, take your time. Through the center line, separate the hands, watch your knees, exhale, bring your arms down by the side of your body. So bend those knees if you need to, let the head hang. And then take the left leg back. So drop down, knee in a line with the outer ankle, lift the chest, look forward, shoulders down. Engage tummy muscles. Curl the toes of the left foot under, keep breathing. Okay. And then step back into high chaturanga. Push the heels away, lift the tummy, engage core muscles, and then relax the knees. So make sure the shoulders are over the wrists, remember, then relax the knees, elbows in, chest, chin, and shoulders down. Okay. Uncurl the toes, feet flat, and then as you inhale, slowly peel yourself up off the floor, the shoulders down. Okay, so peel up off the floor. Okay, lower down, then you can lift yourself up, take your time, or you can curl the toes under and inhale and come high up and down into down dog. Let the head hang, take a few breaths here. So stepping in, Ardha Mukha Savasana, take the weight evenly to the palms of the hands. So step in with the right foot, again maybe here, is fine, drop the knee down, draw the foot in, take a breather if you need to, this is fine, or you can step in, drop down, or you can continue on. People, as they practice, go in with their practice, they like to continue on from here. But you can stop for a moment and lift the chest like we did at the beginning. Okay, and then curl the toes under, left foot in. Take a few breaths here, then take a breath in, and then slowly coming up into Hasta Tadasana. And then exhale, the arms down by the side of the body, and sweep the arms up and bring the palms together into Namaste Tadasana. Okay, breathing. As a general rule, as you stretch up, you breathe in. As you bend forward, you breathe out. And as you transition, you breathe. Okay, you don't hold your breath. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's go from the left-hand side again. I'll do 2 more rounds. Okay, so take the arms into Namaste. Breath in, stretch up through the center line of the body. Separate the hands, look up or look at eye level. And then as you exhale, bend those knees if you need to, bring the hands down. So on an out breath. Now take a few breaths here, shoulders down. So we go back to the left-hand side. Keep breathing gently, take the right leg back, drop down. Left knee in a line with the outer ankle. Lift the chest, look forward, keep breathing gently. If you're able to, then breathe in and out through your nasal passages. If you have congestion there, breathe through your mouth, but if you can, through your nasal passages. Curl the toes of the right foot under, hands down, and we're going to step back into plank. As you exhale, lift the knee up and then stretch back, push the heels away, zip the tummy muscles up, take a few breaths here. So not here, remember, push the heels away, shoulders over wrists. Then relax the knees, keep breathing. Knees, chest, chin. So now as we come up into Cobra, Munabhadrasana, as you inhale, so in breath, lifting up, shoulders down. Okay, so let the shoulders release down. Another in breath, and we come back up in to Ardha Mukha Savasana, down dog. Then we keep breathing as we step in, so we either lunge in, we can keep the leg up if we want to, we'll step in as I showed you before, and then you can step in here. Again, make those knees springy and soft if you need to, rather than your legs straight. And then slowly, as you inhale, breath in to come up. Okay, so you can look up. Again, if you want to, as I said at the beginning, little back bend you can do, but don't fling your arms back. And then as you exhale, bring your arms down by the side of your body. Gentle breathing. Swing the arms up from the side of the body and bring the palms together into Namaste. Okay, so again, so equally, so onto the right-hand side. So take a breath in, stretch the hands up to the center line of the body. Separate the hands up, and then as you exhale, bend those knees if you need to. Your hand bend forward into Uttanasana. From here, from standing forward bend, take the left leg back, down, knee in a line with the outer ankle to protect your knee. Look forward, lift the chest, shoulders down. Keep breathing gently. the toes of the left foot under, put the hands down. Step back, keep breathing gently. Breathe in, breathe out, natural breathing. With the right leg, push the heels away, zip the tummy muscles up, engage core muscles, shoulders down. Look forward, nape of the neck in line with the upper back. Couple of breaths here. Keep breathing gently, knees, chest, chin. Into Cobra, Bhadrasana. Inhale, peel off the floor, feet together, gently. On an in-breath, breathe naturally, don't hold your breath. Inhale, lift up high with the hips. Exhale, heels down into Ardha Mukha Savasana. Step in or lunge in. So we're going to step in like I did before. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Evenly weight bear. Step in, forward. Breathe. Step in. Knees bending if it's comfortable for you. Breath in, upward. Uttanasana. Hasta Tadasana. Exhale. Tadasana, mountain pose, Namaste Tadasana. There. So you should feel nice and lithe. And don't worry if you feel out of breath when you first practice it, because it often takes some time to stop. It increases your heart rate, it increases your vascular system, and you find that you sort of find yourself a little bit out of breath to start with, but you soon get used to the rhythm with it, and so it can really sort of set you up, make you feel really good. It's a good way to make your back more lithe. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's session. Namaste. Thank you.